Hello guys, it's Survival Tom, and in this video we'll be learning how to go from 0 to making around 1 billion units per hour. So first off, you're gonna need a space-worthy ship that has a hyperdrive. And you just need to fly to space. Basically what we're looking for initially is these asteroids. They can be spawned in every system, so that's why I chose asteroid mining as your first method of getting around 400k of units, because you're gonna need to buy around 2 stacks of oxygen to get started on this method. And basically what you need to do is shoot them for gold and silver, and try not to shoot all these raiders that are spawning in for some reason. You need around 500,000 of units to get started to buy around 2 stacks of oxygen. That's around 20,000 units of oxygen. And once you've obtained enough silver, gold, tritium, whatever it is you're getting from the asteroids, as you can see, I've shot them a bit before and I've had some in the ship, but you're gonna take around 10-15 minutes to get the required amount. Then you need to fly to a space station. And I prefer doing this in a rich system. I'm gonna show you how to identify if you're in a rich system. You just need to go and land at the base and look at the galactic market to see the amount of stuff that is for sale. Not the diversity of stuff, but the quantity of some resources that are for sale in every station. Let me just show you how to identify it quickly. So you just go to the galactic market terminal. That's at the same spot in every base. And you can just see if you're in a rich system, if it sells around 3 to 5,000 of ferrite dust and cobalt. And I already bought some here, that's why it's under 3,000 for the oxygen and cobalt. That's how you know that you're in a rich system. So ferrite dust, cobalt and oxygen. If it sells from 3 to 5,000, you know you're in the right place. So basically you need to sell the gold and stuff that you just mined in the asteroid field. And then you need to buy 2 stacks of oxygen. That's around 20,000 units of oxygen. And you need to buy some cobalt. Maybe like even 100 is enough. You just need some to get started. And 100 cobalt is not much. I believe it's around a few thousand units. Yeah, it's around 5k. And to get the oxygen, you can buy all of the oxygen that the galactic terminal has for sale. I already bought it. Had like half a stack for sale here. And then you're gonna need to wait for the pilots to spawn in with their little ships. And if they're not spawning in for some reason, you can just go into your ship. Oop, that's not my ship. Oh, they're spawning in. You can trade with the pilots, and all of them sell from 3 to 5,000 units of oxygen if you're in a rich system. So you just buy oxygen from them. And you need to have around 20,000 units of oxygen in your inventory. Then you need to head to your base that has a medium refiner. So you're gonna need to be around 2 hours into the story maybe. Let's see. Here is our base. Damn, this game. Ah, this is a busy system. Well, usually the richer the system is, the more NPCs spawn too. So that's why we're getting a lot of these raiders. Yeah, the reason why we're gonna need a lot of units is so we can make a lot of nanites too. Basically, if you make a lot of one resource, you can have a much easier time making a lot of the other. And we're gonna need the units and the nanites to pimp ourselves out, to upgrade our suit and our spaceship. So basically once you're I already had some minus cobalt here. Once you're at your base, you need to plump down the oxygen you bought, and you need to put in some cobalt. And then, as you can see, we're getting more than double of our cobalt in ionized cobalt. That's worth double the amount that cobalt is worth. This one is 200 units each, this one is 400 units each. So you just need a bit of ionized cobalt to get started, because this one is like a bit more than double. But if you use ionized cobalt and oxygen, you're gonna get 6 times the amount. So you wait around a bit, gather maybe some carbon, go shoot some trees and stuff, because we're gonna be needing to make a lot of warp drive cells. And to make those, we're gonna need antimatter and antimatter housing. And to make antimatter, we're gonna need, if I remember right, some condensed carbon. And you can make condensed carbon from regular carbon by just shooting the trees on your world. So while you wait around for your ionized cobalt to refine, just go around, shoot all the trees. And by the way, if you can get your mining laser to yellow or red as far as heat goes, it mines way quicker. As you can see, it does around 150 damage, I believe, in mining damage. Yes. And if you're just using it when it's cold, you're getting around 40 to 50 damage. So that's a pro tip for you. Basically, go around your world and make sure while it's refining, you can have multiple refiners, by the way, to speed up the process. You just need to have a lot of oxygen here. I like to put a full stack here, and then just whatever ionized cobalt I make, I place it down so I can double it. And while you're waiting for all that to happen, you can make warp cells, because we're gonna be doing a lot of jumping around. So yeah, I'm gonna meet you right back once the ionized cobalt is done refining. Alright guys, after your ionized cobalt has finished refining, you should have around 4 stacks, maybe even a bit more from the 2 stacks of oxygen we've spent. So next step is we're gonna find the space station and find the galactic trade terminal. I had to move systems because I failed to notice that in the previous system I already crashed the market. That's why cobalt was selling for so cheap. So we're just making sure. Just a second. So basically we're gonna be selling our ionized cobalt for 15.5 million. That's a fair bit of change. So we sell the ionized cobalt, and we can buy up all the cobalt the station has. So let's see. We've spent around 650k on that much. Now the next step is just buying a lot of cobalt from all of these pilots. Buy up all of their cobalt. We're gonna need around 7 to 8 stacks. But don't worry, once we get that, things get a lot quicker, a lot faster. Sorry, I had a brain fart there. Well, we're almost at a stack already. And if you're at any point having trouble with these captains not spawning, you just need to get inside of your ship, get out, then reload your autosave, because that will spawn them to, that will make them spawn again. But you should be getting a few of them every minute, so this is only if they stop showing up for a longer period of time that will make them show up again. Alright guys, now that we have around 7 or 8 stacks of cobalt, we can sell it at the galactic trade terminal and crash the economy of this system. So as you can see, cobalt sells 1 unit for 206 here. So we're gonna be making around 14.8 million. That's how much we paid for all of this cobalt. So we're gonna sell all of it. That's 14.8 million. And look at this, you can now buy it all back for 5 million. So we're almost already around 10 million in the green. So buy it all back. Make sure whenever you sell it, you need to buy it all back. And then you get a few bits extra that the station was already selling. But to speed up this process, we're gonna now use the fact that we just crashed the economy. So the demand is minus 71% now. That means that one unit now costs around 50 to 60 instead of 200. And we're gonna go visit our friends down here at the landing station and use the discounted price to buy from them. Never sell to them because their inventory doesn't recover. Only the Galactic Trade Terminal inventory recovers. I mean, by recover, I mean if you sell a huge amount to the Galactic Trade Terminal, you can buy it all back from that same terminal. But if you sell a huge amount to those guys, you can't buy it back from them. So they have a fixed buy and sell amount. Only use the terminal and only use these guys to buy stuff. Never sell stuff to these guys. So we're gonna be buying almost half a stack for 250k now, which is a huge discount. So I recommend buying up a few more stacks of cobalt until you have around, let's say 10 stacks is a good starting point. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to a different system and get even better discounts there, because we're gonna crash the economy with more cobalt. So we should get around 80% discount, which is the maximum we can get. And the reason why I'm using cobalt to trade, to crash the economy with, is because cobalt, every single station in the universe buys and sells cobalt. And if you want to crash the market, you want to sell it, then buy it back at a discount price. That's how economy works in this game. If the station doesn't sell an item, and if you sell all of it, you can't buy it back. So you just lost it all. And there are some resources that are worth more money, so you can get more for a stack, but few stations actually sell those resources. So you have to go out and find stations that sell, for example, ionized cobalt. And that's a chore in itself. This is just way easier. And the benefit of you traveling around and visiting stations to crash their economies is you can get your exosuits upgraded. Yes, as you can see, it costs 1 million for me, but it should cost way less for you if you don't have as many inventory slots as I do. And you probably don't if you're watching this guide. So let's take all of our cobalt. And this is where the beauty of this method kicks in. Again, I recommend carrying around 10 stacks in the beginning. And you just go to a random system. You don't have to pick and choose. I mean, wealthier systems usually sell more cobalt back to you, and if you want to obtain more cobalt to make more money, then I suggest visiting wealthier systems, but you can use any system you want to sell your cobalt. And that's the beauty of this method. You don't have to look for anything. You just bring up your galaxy map, go to a system, and I can guarantee you that system will buy cobalt from you. Let's just wait until we jump in. And let's go land at this station and crash their economy. And there are billions of systems in No Man's Sky, so don't worry, you'll never run out of systems to crash the economy. And eventually the economies do recover. By crashing the economy, I mean crashing the price of the one particular item. So you won't be doing any harm to any other prices or stuff. You won't be making their children go hungry, don't worry. So again, let's repeat this method. We go to the Galactic Trade Terminal. Where is our cobalt? Here it is. And we sell it for 15.8 million. And we buy it all back for 4 million. So we're 11 million in pure profit. And if you want, you can just fly to the platform across from here. Ah, almost made it. Need to upgrade my exosuit a bit more still. And then you can come here. Grab an exosuit upgrade. And off you go. To another system. Or you can talk to all of these aliens here. And learn words from their language. Which is what I did in the early game. I can also recommend that. So we made 11 million here. And here is another random system we're gonna go to. So if you want to make 1 billion per hour, you're gonna need around 20 or so stacks. 22, 23 stacks of cobalt. That's how I tested it. In your inventory. Because in an hour, if you just jump around and sell it, crash the economy, then buy it right back, you can make 1 billion credits. And if you also stop to pick up exosuit upgrades, then you can make around 700 million credits per hour with 22, 23, 23 stacks of cobalt. And don't you go mining cobalt, you just buy them from them. Because mining cobalt takes way more time than just buying it. Alright, we're just gonna not take part in this battle right now, because it's so easy to get distracted in No Man's Sky. Just keep your head in the money making at the moment. But the enemies are preventing us from using our hyperdrive. Alright, here we go. Now remember, this is a snowballing effect, so the more cobalt you have, the more money you'll make. Here we are. Again, just go to the Galactic Trade Terminal. Go to sell. And sell all of your cobalt. Now we'll be making 16.6 million. And we're buying it all back for 4.2 million. Now we're making around 12 million per run. And then we just fly around. Get the exosuit upgrade. I mean, you can also take your time and just carry some cobalt with you at all times. And whenever you visit the new system, you can... almost made it. You can crash its economy. And then that's how you slowly make money. But I recommend just going for it, and then you make a lot of money and you don't have to carry cobalt around anymore, so you can free up your inventory space. I almost maxed out mine. And you can also check out, for example, what multi-tools the stations have for sale. A or S class are the best. You can check out what upgrades these guys have for sale, all of them. But you're gonna need nanites, and we're gonna be covering the best method to make a lot of nanites per hour in the next video. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and whatever questions you might have, I'm gonna be answering in the comments below. And I hope you make many billions, and that you'll stick around, subscribe, so we can make a lot of nanites together and eventually reach civilized space and meet other players and see other cities, and who knows what kind of trouble we'll get into. Alright guys, until next time, fly safe.